If you're a huge fan of roasted goat meat, try out this easy and simple recipe which needs very few ingredients and the outcome is going to be delicious. I have my goat meat over here. I have made some choma or oven roasted goat leg, and also I have some seasoned goat leg over here, which is also very delicious, and everything has turned out amazing. The best part about this recipe is enjoying some juicy, tender, crispy on the outside meat that is so delicious. Because we'll be oven roasting our goat legs, it's going to be very easy for you. So grab yourself all the ingredients listed in the description box and let's make this delicious recipe. For this recipe, you need 2 goat legs, and I have mine over here, which I've already washed. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to pat dry my goat legs. This is to remove any excess water. Flip, pat dry the other side. And once done, I'm going to start off by making my Nyama Choma, which is barbecued goat leg. But in this video, we're going to be oven roasting rather than grilling. So I'm going to do that in a minute. So to make our Nyama Choma, you'll need a foil. Once done spreading my foil, I'm going to pick 1 goat leg, and using a sharp knife, a small paring knife, I'm going to cut incisions into the meat, which I'm going to be adding in some garlic and rosemary. Make sure your knife is very sharp. Once done making the incisions, I'm going to chop up my garlic, and it's going to be very fast. So I'm going to lay obviously you're going to peel your garlic, lay on your chopping board and cut into long strips. I'm going to place the garlic aside, and then I'm going to pick 1 rosemary spring over here, which I've already washed, and pull out the leaves by holding the top part of the rosemary, just like that. Back to my goat leg over here. So I'm going to pick my garlic and insert in the incisions that I made, and it's going to be very easy because we've already made the cuts. You're going to pick your rosemary and insert in the same cuts that you have inserted the rosemary. So what will happen is that while the goat leg is roasting, it's going to absorb in all those nice flavors from the rosemary and garlic. So the remaining garlic, I'm going to place around the goat leg together with the rosemary, and it's going to flavor the goat leg as well. Adding a little bit of salt to your goat leg, and then you're going to fold your foil. Add in half a cup of water to your foil before you fold completely, just like that. Make sure no air will escape while the goat is roasting in the oven. Easy peasy. So over here I have my baking tray. So I'm going to place in my goat leg carefully. Place aside, and then we'll move over to our second goat leg. So for this recipe, I'm going to be adding in a kick of spiciness. So over here I have some paprika, garlic powder, some black pepper, Worcestershire sauce. So the first step is to make our sauce for coating our goat meat. So I'm going to add in paprika, black pepper, garlic powder, salt, 4 dashes of Worcestershire sauce, and 1 tablespoon of cooking oil. After the sauce is fully combined, it's going to be looking so good. So for this recipe also, I'm going to be adding in some garlic. These are 4 cloves of garlic, which I'm going to be mincing, and over here I have some onion wedges. So I'm going to finely dice my garlic. Once the garlic is fully minced, I'm going to add into my sauce. Mixing the garlic together with the sauce. Smelling so good. Then I'm going to pick my goat leg and cut slits into the meat. Put on my gloves. So now, at this point, you're going to preheat your oven at 200 degrees Celsius for 10 minutes and make sure you have a baking tray so that it can be easier for you to roast your goat legs. So I'm going to cut deep cuts into my goat leg. So what will happen is the seasoning is going to seep into the goat leg as it roasts in the oven. Once done, it's time to spread our delicious marinade on our goat leg. I'm going to keep my goat aside and then pick my foil. Transfer my meat and place in my marinade. Spread the marinade on the goat leg, making sure to spread the marinade on all sides of the goat meat, making sure to fully rub in the marinade in between the slits. And my oven is ready. So at this point, I'm going to place in my onion wedges around the goat meat. Just like that. Fold the foil around the goat leg. And also I'm going to be adding in a splash of water so that the meat can remain very juicy and not too dry. So I'll add in half a cup. Once done, it's time to bake our goat leg. We are going to be slowly roasting our goat leg for around 2 hours at 180 degrees Celsius. I said when preheating the oven, you preheat at 200. So you're going to reduce the temperature to 180 so that you can slowly cook the goat leg so that the meat can remain juicy and very delicious. As we are roasting the goat legs, we are going to keep yourself busy, maybe by watching a movie or even reading a book. Yeah, and the outcome is going to be delicious as usual. After 1 hour, 30 minutes, you're going to remove your baking tray, check on your goat meat, and it's not going to be crispy on the outside because we have covered with foil. So you're going to uncover the foil and then you're going to return into the oven and bake for the next 30 minutes at 200 degrees Celsius. This is going to make the goat meat very crispy on the outside and super juicy and tender on the inside. . It's been exactly 2 hours and my meat is looking super delicious and crispy on the outside. My goat legs are perfectly roasted and they're looking very delicious. So when it comes to the goat leg that we seasoned with spices and onions, it's looking very delicious, and it has drippings from the goat. So I'm going to scoop out some of the juices and spread on top, just like this. Wow. And my Nyama Choma is looking very delicious as well. So I'm going to be transferring to a chopping board so that we can cut on the inside to check if the meat is super tender and juicy. And I'm definitely sure it's just delicious. So I'm going to place aside and then pick my chopping board, one for each leg. I'm going to use a big spatula, which is going to help me lift up my goat meat and transfer to my chopping board. Wow, just look at that. Pick my next goat leg. So I'm going to place that aside. Just look how juicy the goat leg is. So I'm going to slice on the inside, and the goat is well cooked. Pick my mbuzi choma or roasted goat leg, and wow, everything is looking so good. As you can see, my mbuzi choma is super juicy. The juice is flowing from the meat. So this is a very nice way that you can roast your goat meat in the oven in a matter of 2 hours, and everyone is going to enjoy. You can also double up the goat meat and make more for your family, and it's going to be super delicious. The goat meat is well done. It's not medium rare, it's not rare, it's well done, just how I love my Nyama Choma and my delicious seasoned goat leg. So this is going to be totally worth it once you give the recipe a try. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope you'll be trying out this easy and amazing recipe.